and Dumb. I'm Dan.
And I'm Dudley.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I went early on it. And I forgot to unmute the music, so I couldn't hear it.
Oh, okay.
So
That's not necessary. They're not going to know that, but now they do. They know that you screwed up your side of the entrance. You messed up on your side of doing the intro.
Yes.
But, yeah.
Yes,
So welcome to the show, Deaf and Dumb.
Welcome.
And so, are you rested from last weekend? Last weekend we were fairly busy. Out and about.
Kinda? Not really, though.
Last weekend?
Yeah, I've been working all week.
I said weekend.
What?
Last weekend we were in PAX.
Yeah, you said am I well rested since last weekend?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was answering your question,
right.
And then
you're right.
Like getting mad at me for answering your question.
No, you're right. Okay, it's cool. So you haven't recovered yet. I was very much looking forward to this weekend, just not doing as little as possible.
Yeah. That's kind of what I did, but I worked this weekend, so didn't really get that much time off.
Yeah.
But I did work a lot this week, so I'm expecting a nice check.
You know what? Yeah, Mr. I've got all this money.
I don't have all this money. I have a lot of overtime right now. I haven't got paid for it yet.
Well, you will.
I will. That'll be nice.
Yeah.
But it's all going to go to debt, and I won't have any of it.
Oh, yeah, but still.
But the trade-off here, Daniel, is I have no games to talk about that I played this week.
You didn't play anything?
Because I didn't play a single game.
You didn't play a single game all week? Nothing?
Played nothing. I didn't even
play a
game on my phone.
A little phone game?
Nothing. Didn't even do that.
Wow, that sounds awful. That sounds terrible. It sounds like you have a miserable life.
Yeah. So you want to trade now? You want to take my big monies for your game time?
I mean, as much as I like games, I haven't played a ton, but I have played a few things.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as I like them, I think I might trade some of them for monies.
Yeah, well, hopefully
I give monies for them all the time, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I played a few things.
Oh, yeah? What'd you play this week?
I checked out Hello Neighbor, the alpha for it.
Oh, yeah?
I kept seeing it at PAX, and I never did go check it out there, so I was like, well, they had a free little thing online to check it out, so I went and perused and tried it out, and I like it. It's weird, but I finished the little alpha.
Yeah.
And
how long is it?
I mean, I sucked at it. I was terrible at it. First off, it's really hard, and it took me probably a dozen starts before I finally was like, okay, and then ended up figuring out and hiding in a cabinet for way too long. So, I mean, if you know what you're doing and you kind of figure it out, it may take you an hour at most to get through it. Even less than that if you're quick. But it's interesting. So the premise of the game is there's something weird going on. It's a little ambiguous. Because it starts with you moving into a house, and but then in the house, I don't know, it just confuses me because it shows you moving into a house that looks like your neighbor's house, but then you go to sleep on the couch, and then you wake up on a couch in a yard. And now maybe this is just because of the way the demo's set up, and then you see the neighbor rushing around his house and closing up this door. And it's all weird, and there's a security features and locks on it, and boarded up, and he's acting suspicious, and so that's all you're working off of. And then you go around there's lots of different ways to get into the house or get his attention. So he'll come, if he hears something, he'll come running over, and if he catches you on his property, he throws you out, and you kind of get thrown. There's no real bad thing of getting thrown out, except it gets harder because every time he catches you, whatever room he catches you in, or wherever part of the house you're at, it puts up a security camera.
Oh,
and
okay.
If that security camera sees you, it beeps, and he knows you're there, and comes running again. So it makes it harder to come in from that direction.
Okay, so he kind of learns from what you did before.
Yeah, you have to kind of learn a little bit, and then also, there's stuff in certain areas that you have to items you have to get in to access other areas. So you have to eventually kind of explore the whole house to get all the items, and there's all kinds of weird locked rooms, and there's a shed out back, and all kinds. It's really weird. It's a really bizarre house, but I did finish it, and it kind of, the way it ends is a little weird, and it hints at like this big underground basement thing, and it's cool. I'm intrigued. I really want to see more developed of it. Like,
yeah. It intrigued me, and I brought it up on the show in the past. Yeah. But I think I can't remember what I said about it then. But I'm kind of going with the alpha games have kind of screwed me before.
Yeah.
And and I've heard about people not really getting what they wanted out of a game, and I'm very wary of playing a lot of them.
It's a little buggy, and so I'm kind of, while I am interested, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it. It looks cool. I like the idea. I see that it has a lot of room to grow, and it has an interesting style and an interesting tone. And it's a little weird. The tone's kind of weird because it's kind of cartoony and silly, but it also gets like tense when you're getting caught, and I kept getting startled, and so it has a weird kind of cartoony horror element to it. But I don't know. And it's not so much horror that I couldn't play it. Of course, it's not like really a horror game, as far as I know. I don't know where the game leads, but I'm curious. I've seen some little bits of different versions and like watch some stuff, and there's all kinds of like one of them I saw, the house is huge, and there's like a little train track running through it that's going through in and out of the house and stuff like that. So I'm really curious to see like
how much bigger it gets.
How much bigger it gets. Like it just feels like just a small taste of what they could be doing. Yeah. And so I'm gonna keep an eye on it. I hope it turns into something really cool, and it looks like it's one of those games that by the time it's done, it's going to look completely different. It's going to be polished and in a completely different game, but it's going to be in the same vein. So I'm curious to see where it goes.
Yeah, it seems interesting. The concept seems weird but interesting, and it'll be cool to see how it develops, and hopefully it'll be, when it's finished, or the final game, that it'll be worth whatever the cost is for it.
Yeah.
Because my experience is, it always seems like they never fully, in alpha games, they never fully achieve what they set out to achieve. It always seems like they compromised and got rid of stuff that just to get the game out at some point. And there's some of them that have been successful. Obviously, it's a very successful model to make money and make the game. But
and that's the whole point, is to help support us so we can make this game.
It's good
also
for indie
some people
games.
exploit it, and so I've been very much like you. Have been very much on the fence about our early access and alpha versions.
Yeah,
but
especially
it's got to look really good and has to be pretty much a complete game on its own right before I consider buying an early access.
Yeah. The only games that I think are successful in alpha that are, I'm okay with playing, it's usually they have some sandbox element.
Yeah.
Where it's not a single player game, it's just like, you go survive and explore, and those tend to work pretty well in my experience. But it's a weird balance because you got, you're still working on the game, so features in the game might disappear, and I've seen it happen where, developers took out a feature for balancing or whatever reason, and fans weren't happy about it because they liked that feature or whatever.
We've talked about it in the past. Goddess is a completely different game when I first bought the early access, and it had changed through several different versions, and as far as I know, I haven't checked it in forever. It's still not finished. I haven't looked at it.
Yeah,
I've lost all interest in it.
It's probably still not finished, even if they say it's finished.
I've just it was an interesting idea, but it kept changing, and I just didn't know where it was going or what kind of game I had anymore. But I did play a little something else. I played some more Overwatch. Overwatch has a new event going on.
Yeah.
They have it's the Chinese New Year's, Year of the Rooster.
Okay. Yeah, I saw something about this.
Yeah. And so it's going on right now. Some of the skins are okay. They of course get a bunch of new skins. Reinhardt's new. He has like this samurai really cool looking skin.
Yeah.
I really like. And also Zenyatta, who I've been playing more recently, and I like him. He's the little floating monk guy.
Oh, yeah, the monk. Okay,
he shoots orbs. I really like him. I've been playing him more. I like him a lot more. And I've been playing Hanzo every once in a while. And I sometimes do really well as him. But yeah, they have some new. Zenyatta has a new skin I really like. It's kind of creepy and weird looking, but I do like it. The whole thing has like a dragon. I forget the name of the story, but it's what Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball cartoons based off the legend about the monkey and the orbs collecting. It kind of has that theme. So all of them are characters from that old legend. I can't remember the name of it. Robert told me what it was, and he's gonna be probably annoyed at me for not remembering what it was. The name.
Not listening to him while he was trying to educate you. I'm sorry.
But yeah,
Robert.
I've been playing it with him. I've been a bunch of time today and yesterday playing with, and I guess earlier in the week, Rob and I were playing, and we had a couple of good matches. Some of them were complete bullshit.
Were they, or were you just
not there was one
good?
we played twice back to back. They were a brawl, one of the brawls where everyone plays support classes, and it's in Voskaya Industries is one of the maps.
Okay.
And what ends up happening is, if you're the person attacking rather than defending, I don't like the way that map starts because it bottlenecks everyone through one doorway, which means the other team plays as two Symmetras, puts a ton of lasers right inside that door frame, and we have no explosion weapons to blow them up or anything, so we're just kind of pinned down, and we end up just not being able to get through, and it kind of really pissed me off. It was not good. And then we ended up getting it again, and pretty much the same thing happened. We did better because the other team didn't do as well as fortifying, but if they had done it again, we would have been stuck again. I didn't care for that. But we did do one called Charge, and it's all Reinhardts and one Lucio. Lucio's the musician guy who does healing and speed boosts and stuff by just using audio. And he's pretty cool. Robert likes playing him, but I don't like playing him. I'm not really good at him. But because he's basically an area effect guy, and he just needs to be in the middle of everything, and everyone gets a boost or a health boost or something from him.
Yeah,
but everyone else is Reinhardt, so it's just constantly nothing but hammer swings and charges, and it was mayhem, and I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah. I will be getting Overwatch soon.
Yeah, finally. You've been talking about it forever.
Well, I kind of have to because the LAN is coming up.
Oh yeah, and we've added. We were talking about adding.
We have added. Overwatch is the new game we've added to the list of games we're gonna play. So I need to get it, and I probably should get it soon so I can play it and know what I'm doing when we play it.
Yeah.
Because I haven't actually played it yet. So
yeah, it's fun. You should get it, and all three of us will play.
Yeah. It's just one of those things where time. Work is crazy, and I just have too much to do, and you know. So hopefully I'll buy it this week. Yeah. And have some time to play it before the LAN in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Otherwise. Yeah. And we're going to play it, and I'm just going to be bad at it. Which I probably won't be the only one, because one of our friends who I guess we'll leave nameless for now doesn't have any interest of playing it. Yeah. And I don't know. Not even
I got
sure
the vibe
he's
that he wasn't even
going
to get it.
Huh?
I got the vibe he wasn't even going to get it.
I don't think he is.
I think he's just like, y'all play it, I'm not going to play it.
Yeah.
I refused. I'm like, okay. But we're gonna play a lot of stuff anyway.
That's his
his prerogative.
Yeah, if he wants to watch us play a game that we all agreed to play, then that's fine. But yeah, I'm excited. I've been looking forward to the LAN since the last one. So
yeah, it's always a lot of fun, and it's kind of like a little mini reunion for us, getting back together with a bunch of our buddies who have all kind of moved off.
Because most of which I haven't really seen since we did the last one.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun.
It's gonna be really fun. Yeah. What did you play? Oh wait, you didn't play anything this week. Well, let me tell you what else I played this week. I picked up Astroneer some more today, yesterday and today. I played it some more. In fact, yesterday I was playing it, and then Robert was like, "Hey, are you busy?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm playing Astroneer." He's like, "Well, you want to play Overwatch?" And I was like,
"I'm playing Astroneer."
But I'm playing Astroneer. I guess I'll play. And so I put it aside. But I did play it. I've been playing it some more, and kind of just feeling it out some more, because I need to do more of the space travel stuff. I pretty much felt like I'd done everything else in that game, except for going to the other... I did a little bit, but I got to a point where I was like, I don't know if it's necessary for me to travel to other planets. But I'm sure there are other materials I haven't gotten, and that should open the door to building some other things, I assume. But it's one of those games...
Not now, eventually. Eventually you'll get that.
So...
Speaking of Astroneer, we saw something at PAX that was pretty neat. We saw a guy cosplaying as the character from
he was a little astronaut. He had a backpack. It was really well done.
Really good. It was
really
like
good.
The backpack, and it had all the detailing.
It had like little satellite, it had little solar panel things on it. It was really well done.
It was really well done. Whoever that was, we saw him in passing, and while we were waiting in line, and I was like, and you pointed it out, and he was like, "That guy's got a really good Astroneer," and we're like, I turned and I was like, "Oh yeah, that is really good." And I think he was leaving. I don't know what he was doing, but it was really good.
Maybe go and get some dinner.
I don't know.
Which reminds me, Trey, when I had asked Trey if he wanted to go to PAX with us this year again. And he was like, "Yeah, sure." And he's like, "Dare me to wear this." And he had made his son a Pikmin. A Pikmin.
The Pikmin. Yeah, not Pikmin.
A Pikmin costume for
the
some
game
little thing they did. Yeah, from the Pikmin games, and as a little red flower-headed Pikmin.
Yeah.
And he had made it for his son, and then the hat fit him, and he sent me a picture of him wearing it, and I'm like, all I need is like a red jumpsuit, and I'm done. And he's like, "Dare me to wear it." And I dared him. I totally dared him, and he didn't do it. I completely forgot.
Well,
so you're listening to this, Trey. You usually listen to our show, and I'm just telling you, I'm a little disappointed that you didn't follow up on your dare, and you let me forget about it.
I remember him telling us, or I saw the pictures of it, and I remember you telling me that he said I could, or he said I should wear this at PAX.
He should have.
It would have been great. Yeah,
it would have been hilarious. Watching him competing in the little board game competition with that big flower wiggling on his head, it would have been great.
Did we talk about we talked about the skulls thing already, right? I think we already did that on the show.
We did. I don't know.
Sure
that whole thing was pretty much a blur.
Well, if we haven't, I'm going to recount it again.
Yeah.
So there was one point, and I'll do it quickly. One point, there was we were all playing board games, and then all of a sudden there was loud noise, and there was a crowd coming, and we looked over, and it was all these people cosplaying as Team Skull from the Pokemon Sun and Moon. So the big bad guy group that's like really gangster and hilarious.
Really
and
silly.
So they all came over, and there was a little girl, like at the end of the table we were at, that was dressed as a Pikachu.
Yeah.
And they all gathered around her and were yelling stuff, and like were taunting her basically because she was a Pikachu, and they were like, gonna catch her or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious. We were laughing, and I snapped a picture of it and I put it on Twitter. Yeah. And I was like,
we did talk about it. I'm not sure.
If
this is a repeat, you get to hear it again.
And then they immediately turn. One of the guys yells something, and they all gather around this guy who had a Mew backpack.
Yeah.
And they were all like crowded around him, like 20 people, all dressed as skulls, like crowded around this one guy, start yelling, and then they start chanting "Team Skulls, Team Skull," and it was hilarious.
Yeah. Well, see, and here's the thing: is like I had seen people wandering around, and at first it didn't quite register what they were. I just seen one or two here and there, and I'm like, "Wow, that looks familiar." And it took me a second. Oh, it's Team Skull. And I'm like, why would you go anywhere as Team Skulls? And then I kept hearing things like, and I remember seeing something online that's pretty common for a whole bunch of them to show up at conventions and do stuff like that, and just roll around in bands. And And I was like, oh, it's kind of silly. And I was like, well, it's kind of a lame team. But then witnessing it in person, I was like, okay, I get it. It's funny. I can see the amusement. And I think they made that little girl's day. I think she thought it was hilarious.
Either that or they traumatized her, one or the other.
She seemed happy, so
good.
She seemed to be playing into it. So
well, that's good. It was hilarious. It made me laugh really hard. It made Seth, our buddy Seth, laugh really hard.
He really enjoyed it.
It was just, it was I could totally see people doing that. It's funny. It's just really, really funny.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I played another game.
Yeah. What else you playing?
It's a repeat. I've been saying for weeks that I need to check out The Witness again. Even though I've 100%ed it and done everything and got all the achievements.
Yeah.
I went and ran it again and started playing through it again.
Yeah.
And some parts of it, I fly right through. I'm like, I know exactly what to do. And then I hit something and I'm like, I don't remember how to do this. And then I also discovered one puzzle I thought was real simple. And I was like, wait, all I did was just do this, right? Why can't I do this? And it turned out that it required some other thing to be set right for it to be positioned right to do it, and I just had done it by accident the first time and didn't know, and so I was like, oh, well, that makes sense. And but yeah, so I've been kind of going through it, and then every once in a while I hit one and I'm like, I don't remember how to do this, and I'm staring at it going, I've done this, I've done all of this before, and I'm staring at it going, I don't remember how to do this, and it's a little annoying, but at the same time I'm back to solving a puzzle again, and it kind of I enjoy it. But
you've discovered you're a dum-dum.
No, I'm not a dum-dum.
You're a dum-dum. You can't remember anything.
A dum-dum is like
you're
a candy,
dum-dum.
isn't it?
Huh?
A dum-dum's like a candy, isn't it?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't know candies that well.
I don't know candy. That's not my area of expertise.
You know Kit Kat.
I know Kit Kat, and I know Reese's.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Who's
Actually,
Reese's?
I know other ones, but those are the ones I really like.
Uh-huh.
I like Kit Kats and Reese's.
None of them taste as good anymore.
Reese's are still good.
No, they're okay. I mean, yeah, the Reese's are still pretty good. They still don't seem to taste as good as they used to.
Yeah, the whole cocoa shortage thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the whole chocolate shortage thing. And people are using less real chocolate. I don't know. None of it tastes as good as it used to. Back in my day, the chocolate was real. It was all real chocolate. But
when I was a child, we had real sugar in our foods.
And I like chocolate. I've never been a huge chocolate guy anyway, but I like it, and I like it occasionally.
Yeah.
But I've never. Every once in a while, I'll eat a whole bunch. Well, used to Milky Ways were my favorite, but none of them taste as good anymore. Or Twixes, those are also one of my favorites. But I don't. I'll eat a whole bunch of them at once, and then that's it. I don't eat them anymore. I'll just that one day I can't stop eating them, and then I just don't eat them for a while.
Most of the things I'm that way, but with Reese's, if they're there, if there's a Reese's there, I will probably eat it.
Yeah,
I do like the Reese's. Anyway, back to our game show. Did you play anything else?
So The Witness is still great.
Yeah,
still an awesome looking game.
Good replay.
It's one of my favorite games. It's probably one of my favorite games from last year, and it'll continue being one of my favorite games. I kind of hope the people that make something else
I'm sure
similar to it.
Eventually.
Because that game is awesome. It is so good. If you haven't played it yet, and you like puzzle games, get it. There's nothing stopping
hurting your brain.
It's not hurting your brains. It's making you...
It is hurting your brain. It's like building a muscle. You got to hurt it first, and then it gets stronger.
Yeah. You played it, right?
Yes, I liked The Witness.
I
got to the mountain part at the end, and that's where I got.
So you're not quite fully initiated. I don't know if I want to talk to you.
Well, if you want to be an elitist like that, and
I am. I don't know anyone else who's finished it.
Think you're better than the rest of us.
Well, I think you and Rob are the only people I know who have it.
Oh, all players of The Witness should have blue eyes and blonde hair.
Well, Rob doesn't fit in that. He's got brown eyes.
See, that's what you're going to say.
I'm not going to say that.
At beating the game, and then
are you saying I'm Hitler? Are you accusing me of being Hitler?
I'm not saying those words at all.
Speaking of being a secret Hitler. Speaking of being a secret Hitler. I got an email
Oh, yeah?
And guess a copy of Secret Hitler is being sent to us. It is has been shipped.
Ooh.
I was starting to be skeptical because I hadn't seen anything about it. Because I thought maybe that person we met was just a crazy person who just
could be
claimed to be able to get us a copy
could
and
be.
was just like full of shit. But nope, she wasn't. I got an email.
Hey, Daniel.
Huh?
Don't say the people who are giving us free stuff is full of shit.
I'm saying I was being skeptical because I hadn't heard anything from them yet. But then I did get an email from them, and they are sending us a copy of Secret Hitler. It'll come in next week.
Yeah, and you're going to send it to me so I can play it.
No, it's mine.
It's ours.
No, it's mine.
Is it a board game of the show?
The last game that was sent to us was Inside. Who owns it?
I like to think that we both own it. But technically, it's on my account.
It's on your account, so I think it's only fair that I will become the keeper of Secret Hitler. I will keep the Secret Hitler in my closet.
Keep it secret, keep it safe.
Keep it secret, keep my Hitler secret, and keep it safe.
That's a double reference for you.
Uh-huh.
It's not a double reference, it's just a reference. I don't know why it's a double.
That is a reference.
It is a reference.
Yes, for those who don't know,
don't
it's
give
a
it
reference.
away.
I'm not giving it away.
Reference.
We've already drawn too much attention to it.
Anyway, so yeah, new board game. When are we going to get it?
Next week.
Next week?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
It's the 7th or to the 9th is when it's supposed to arrive.
Yeah. It's a good game. It's It's Avalon, but better, and I like that.
I like Avalon a lot. I enjoy that game. Any game where I get to lie to my friends and do it very well, which I like to think I excel at, I highly enjoy. And so this game just is another one, and I love the way the system works. I love the mechanics of it. I love the policy system is really well done. It's really cool. The
confusion of it, the layers of understanding.
Okay.
Ununderstanding.
Okay, you're just gonna stack up a bunch of prefixes on that word, aren't you?
I like adding prefixes to words. That don't really need prefixes.
Yeah, you like to butcher the English language pretty regularly.
I don't butcher it. I
make
it anew.
No, butcher. You butcher.
It's arguable. But yeah, I'm excited to play that again. Hopefully, I'm hoping it keeps that fun, elements to it. Because some of those games, like once you played it a good 20 or 30 times, you kind of loses that. When you have people who all played it a lot, it gets where it kind of loses that argument element.
It falls into a routine.
Yeah.
A lot of times. Sometimes I think Resistance is worse about it. Avalon is less so because
it has more mechanics,
special characters. But
this has even more. I don't think this one will.
Yeah, or as quickly.
Yeah, as quickly. I think it will eventually if you play it with the same people a lot. Yeah. And maybe that's our problem. We just need to play games with more people than we usually play games with.
Mm-hmm. I ran into our buddy Craig. Yesterday. I was in Tyler. I was in a little game shop there.
Yeah.
We just on a fluke. Well, we were in Tyler, and so I thought, I had some white paint for my model, and I guess I didn't get it completely sealed, so it turned into a ball of just dried up paint.
Yeah.
And so I needed some white paint.
Can't
for some
just
of my
add
models.
water?
I tried to get it to break down. I couldn't get it. It was just a knot. And so I ended up I was like, I could probably maybe get some paint thinner or something, or I could just go buy another thing of it. And I was like, well, we're going to be in town, so I got them to let me run into the shop. And I was partially hoping for Star Wars Destiny cards.
No,
they didn't have any because
your
the guy
addiction.
Was like, I couldn't. The guy said he was just like, yeah, I've been trying to get some in, and I can't. They're sold out everywhere. I can't.
No, really.
And so it's apparently really popular. So luckily that saved my wallet a little bit, but I did get some sleeves and stuff, and I got a cool little red dragon scale carrying case for my cards. It looked really cool. You'd like it because it's red.
I do like red.
Yeah, and so I got some sleeves, and then I got a thing of paint. But wow, I just walked in the door, and standing over by the board games was our buddy Craig, who doesn't even live there. He lives in our hometown, and he was just there. And I'm like, I just run into him all over the place.
Yeah.
So I ended up spending a good bit talking to him, and I was telling him about Secret Hitler, and so he was really intrigued. So I told him
I think he would be a lot of fun to play that.
Yeah. So I told him
we'd never
once
played
we got
a game.
in.
I've never played a board game with him.
I haven't either.
I've heard, I know people who play games with him, but I've never played one with him, and I can see that being a lot of fun with him.
Yeah, so it was good seeing him, and I told him, when we get in, we'll have to get him over and play a game. So but yeah, Secret Hitler. I'm looking forward to playing it some more. I'm also looking forward to playing it with different people. I kind of want to play with the parents.
Yeah, I think it would be a good one. I was just thinking that it'd be a good one with the parents. Social interactions always funny with them. It's always funny to see, specifically our mother.
Yeah,
I love to see how she approaches the game because it's usually different.
She's very amusing.
Like when we played Sheriff of
Nottingham,
she would be completely legit, like the whole game. She wouldn't lie.
She won't lie.
She would just play legitimately, and she would win. Too. She was good at it.
Yeah.
And she would just pump so much resources through the what's it called?
I'm gonna let you flounder.
Flounder?
Fish? Yeah, like a fish.
Like a fish. Customs through the customs. She would just go through legitimately, but she would get 5 or 6 stuff or 5 or 4 or 5 cards through every time.
To the point that it was startling when she was caught with something. When it was startling when she would be caught, we would make her open her envelope and she would actually have contraband. It was surprising.
I don't
so rare
ever
that she would actually be doing anything
with contraband ever. I don't remember ever doing it.
I mean, it might have happened at least once or twice.
I
was
just don't
surprising.
remember. But most of the way she plays legitimately, and she does really well at it. And it's funny because if she ever flips it, she's gonna roll over us.
Well, like I said, I've seen her do it, and she's just she's just over there laughing evilly, we don't know what to do with you.
I love playing games with her mother.
I know. Both our parents are pretty great.
She's just so much fun. Yeah. She's such a little gamer, even if she's
still playing Animal Crossing.
Oh, she loves it.
Yeah.
I have some news about Animal Crossing. Once we get to the news segment.
Well, I'm out of things to talk about. So
okay, well, let's transition to news, and I'll start with that.
Oh! Nope. I got some really big news.
But I had a transition, Daniel.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll let you transition.
We're transitioning with Animal Crossing. I was setting it up, and then you butchered it.
I'm sorry.
Ruined it. We're trying to be professional here, Daniel.
I'm sorry.
We're trying to have moments, and then transitions, and then good storytelling. And you ruined it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what we do.
We might as well just stop doing the show right now and throw it out the crapper.
What, the crapper? Who calls it a crapper?
I call it a crapper.
No one called it a crapper. No one. What year are you from? No one calls it a crapper anymore.
Stop it.
The crapper.
Anyway.
All right, pull it out of the crapper.
Speaking of Animal Crossing. There was Nintendo had announced an Animal Crossing mobile game.
Announced? Did you completely skip the first syllable of that word?
Mounts?
Nintendo
had mounts.
Announced it. Let's announce it. All right.
I like adding prefixes and taking off letters.
Taking some away. You're making up for the ones you added earlier.
Yeah, I got to balance it out.
It's accounting. Prefix accounting.
Yes. It's very important. If I don't do it now, I'll have to do it later.
Tax season's rolling around.
Oh yeah, it's terrible. They're taking all my letters. 30% of them.
Okay. What did Nintendo announce?
Well, they had announced an Animal Crossing for mobile, like an iOS Animal Crossing game.
Oh, really?
Of some kind. They didn't get details. They just said there would be something.
Okay.
Well, they announced this week that they are delaying it. It was supposed to be a free-to-play Animal Crossing for mobile, but it's been... it was supposed to release early this year, but it's been delayed to make way...
Indefinitely or to a certain time?
I assume just for now.
Okay.
Because they have another one coming out, the Fire Emblem Heroes, which I think is already out now.
Oh, really? On the iOS?
Yeah, I think it came out on the 2nd.
I liked some of the old Fire Emblem games. I may have to check that out.
Yeah,
and see
the Fire Emblem. Let me double check and see when they actually come out.
Okay.
But yeah, that was my news. I had kind of forgotten about it.
I didn't even. I guess I missed it. I never heard about it. But I'm intrigued.
We had talked about it when they announced the Mario Run, because they had talked about...
Oh, okay. That's probably why I forgot.
We were just more interested in Mario Run than at the time.
Super Mario Run. Look, see Mario Run. Run, Mario, run.
Yeah, it released February 2nd, so it's out. It's on Android and iOS, so if you're a fan of Fire Emblem, you can check that out.
I may have to check that out. Okay, I didn't know about it. I remember seeing something about it, but I didn't know it was already out.
Some Fire Emblem games.
Okay.
So.
All right, cool. Can I make my big announcement?
Yes, you can make your big announcement.
I have.
Nope, I have something else.
Oh, well, I have started. The Witcher 3 download.
That's it?
That's it. It's gonna take a while. It's like a 50 gig game.
Yeah, it's big,
and I don't have the best internet.
It's a AAA game, so it's 50 gigs.
According to Steam, it's gonna take 4 days.
It shouldn't take that. It should take
4.5 whole days.
If you let it run overnight, it should take 2 or 3.
No, it's gonna take 4.5. I let it run over last night.
Yeah,
and
it went up.
I don't know if it skipped or something, but the internet crashed on me in the middle of the night, or the router went down or something. But I got up and it wasn't really running. It was running really slowly. It said 34 days. And it had downloaded 800 megs.
You know it would be faster.
And I'm like, that's not very good. Something happened, went wrong.
It would be faster just for you to drive to Houston, come to me, which is a 2.5-hour drive, copy it from my hard drive, and then drive all the way back and put it on your computer.
Yeah, it would be. Actually,
it would be
faster. It would not be cheaper, but it would be faster.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
I'm not in a hurry. I kind of started going, I'm not going to play this weekend. Maybe next weekend.
Well, you kind of have to.
And the thing is, I haven't installed it yet because, for that reason alone, because I kept thinking, I should install that and play that. But then I'm like, but every time I think about it, I'm like, well, I need to start it in the middle of the week, so by the time it gets to the weekend, it'll be ready and I can play it. But I always think about it in the middle of the weekend. I'm like, well, it's not going to be done before the weekend's out, so I end up putting it off. So I finally made the leap.
So you sounds like you're stuck in a loop. Until now, you finally started downloading.
Yeah, I finally made I made the leap and click the start downloading button.
Yeah.
So The Witcher 3 is downloading very slowly to my computer, and maybe by spring break I'll play it.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I have no idea when spring break is.
Yeah, because you're not
I'm not in
school,
that system
nor
anymore.
do you work for the education system.
Yeah.
But I can tell you it's in March.
Well, I gathered that much. That's usually when it is.
It's in the middle of March. I think it's the 10th to the 17th or something like that.
Okay, all right.
I think I'm going to be going to Austin for part of it.
Oh, really? What are you going there for?
Maybe filming a thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know nothing about this. All right.
With my buddy Trey.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Buddy Trey.
Buddy Trey.
Buddy.
Bo Buddy.
Speaking of weird names for people, I was talking to
who was speaking of that? I was speaking them. I wasn't speaking of.
Transitioning. Stop it.
And I'm thinking of transitions.
So we came up with our nickname for our cousin.
Cusley.
Cusley.
What? That's not her nickname. That's her real name.
Cusley.
That's her. It's on her birth certificate.
Oh, really?
Good old Cusley.
Anyway, your joke is messing up my story.
Okay.
Because it makes my story make less sense if that's true.
Okay, go ahead.
So I was texting her yesterday, and we were talking about the name, and I said, okay, I'll talk to you later, Cusley, and then she's like, okay, by dozen?
Dozen?
I don't know.
Did she call you Dozen?
She spelled it.
I hope it doesn't.
D-U-S-I-N. I'm only reading it, so
D-U-S-I-N. Doesn't.
I didn't like it.
Doesn't. It should be Dudson. Dudson. It should be Dudson.
In theory, it should have D-U-D, so it should be Dudson.
It
doesn't. But I don't like that either.
I like Dudson. Hey, Dudson. I like Dudson.
She spells it more like it was like Dustin without the T. So
okay, Dudson.
I don't like that.
I still like it.
I
like it.
Well, if we go with the format, then mine would be Cusley as well.
Oh yeah, it's true. You would both be
because I have the L-E-Y as well.
Yeah,
at the end.
You would both be Cusley.
So I told her, I was like, we can both be Cusley to each other.
That's true.
And I like this idea. I don't think
mine would be Cuzzle though.
Huh?
Well, see,
Cuzzle?
I mean, most people call me Dan.
Yeah.
Or most of my, close friends.
So you'd just be old. You wouldn't be old.
I'd just be Cuz.
You'd be, yeah. Cuz.
Cuzzle.
Cusden.
Short for Cuzzle.
Cusden. How about Cusden?
What?
Cusden.
That's not following the format at all.
No, it's not. Not at all. But
yeah, you were spelling it wrong too. You texted us in a group, and you're like, "Hey, Cusley," and you spelled it wrong, and I had to correct you.
I only heard it. I didn't know what the proper spelling was. And why would you expect me to spell it right? I don't say things right. Why would I spell it right?
Mm-hmm. It was great seeing her, though. It was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I hadn't seen her in a while.
We had a nice conversation last night.
Yeah.
About life, the universe, and everything.
Mm-hmm. Life, the universe, and everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But anyway, onward to the news that we've already kind of started.
Yeah.
Did you have any news you want to talk about?
No, I'm done.
You're done?
You're
done with the news.
I'm done. Well, okay. I did see one little thing, but you may be covering it, so I'll see.
Okay. Well, let's talk about something someone else is playing. Graham was telling me about
Graham.
He was telling me about Resident Evil 7.
Yeah.
He beat it over the weekend.
Okay.
I think over the weekend, recently.
With a big stick, I hope.
Huh?
With a big stick, I hope.
He was telling me. He told me he'd been playing it for like 2 weeks. He had, which is not a long game. It's only like a 9-10 hour game. But you know, he works a lot too. So he was kind of playing it out. But he was telling me he was alone playing it. And he couldn't do it. It was too scary.
Like he can't play when he's by himself?
He can't play. He has to. He plays with his wife sits next to him, and he talks to her while he plays.
Holds his hand.
I don't know about.
Pets him on the head. And go. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna make it through.
Yeah. Apparently, that's how he gets through it. How he controls his fear is by talking a lot while he plays, which is pretty funny. But he says it's really scary, and he says it's the scariest of the Resident Evil games.
Okay.
He says it's the best one since Resident Evil 4.
Okay.
And he said it also it's real good, and it makes a lot of horror franchise references.
Okay.
So like other franchises, like for example, Evil Dead references the Evil Dead in it. Okay. And I think he said a little bit of the Blair Witch and some other stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
Watching some of the people play it and some of the previews and stuff, I got a real heavy Blair Witch vibe from it.
I haven't looked at anything of it.
Yeah.
Because I want to play it. I do. It's going to be really difficult because games are scary.
Yeah, I want to play it too, and I think Graham might be onto something. I think he might have found the way to do it. Like, you know, you need a
social
partner.
Element.
You need to get married and have a partner who's there with you, who can talk to you while you play scary games, so you don't get terrified.
I do find, like, if I'm playing and someone's watching me, I'm more willing to suffer.
You summon up the courage.
Well, I don't know about courage, but I'm like, I gotta keep going, or they'll think I'm a wuss.
Yeah, you're just pissing your pants, but it's fine.
Oh, because otherwise I'm just like, nope, done.
Exactly. I think the only reason I was able to play through PT was because I was sitting in the room with you. And
exactly.
With the lights all on.
And I'm sitting there egging you on, and just
like you were there with me.
At that point.
Like helping me to kind of take off the edge a little bit.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the trick. Maybe we need to get access to it, and then we'll just hang out and play it together.
I told him, because I asked him, I was like, do you have a physical copy, or did you download it? And he said he has a disc, he has a physical copy. So
okay, so you can borrow it.
I said, well, maybe I can borrow it from you at some point. And so he may be loaning it to me in the future. Cool. He said when he's done with it, he's still playing it. He's like going back through it again. He says it's good. And he said he can't imagine playing it on VR.
Yeah.
Because that game's really in your face as it is. And he said playing it in VR would be a heart attack.
Yeah. And there's a lot of, like, limb mutilation from what I've seen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like, see, I don't know much about it.
Yeah, you're holding up your hands and they're, like, stabbing it or biting it or doing, oh, man, it makes me... It makes me, it makes me my skin crawl just thinking about it.
But yeah, so it sounds really good. If you're into horror games, check out Resident Evil 7. Mm-hmm. If you can play it in VR, maybe give it a try.
Yeah. I would like to try it out in VR, even though it's going to make me soil myself.
Yeah. Okay, on to less interesting news, I would say.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to talk about... Well, I'll come back to that. That'll be a finisher. I'd like to finish. Okay. Let's talk about ZeniMax.
Yeah. The parent company to Bethesda.
And
id and a couple others.
I don't know if you've heard about the lawsuit that's going on.
I know they've been involved in lawsuits before. So sometimes over the terms like scrolls.
Well, no. Well, that's not what they said. This is between ZeniMax and Oculus Rift.
Okay.
And Facebook, because now they own Oculus Rift.
Yeah, because Facebook owns it.
So there was a lawsuit, and it was settled. Well, I say settled. The court ordered the Oculus Rift people to award ZeniMax $500 million.
Why? What was it over?
So it's basically the ZeniMax alleged that Oculus infringed on their copyrights. Okay. And one of the guys from Lucky, I can't remember his first name. I only wrote down his last name. Violated a non-disclosure agreement he had signed with ZeniMax in 2014. So they are saying that they stole stuff, some components, some coding basically that went into the Oculus, and that they stole it from. Oculus just
proved
saying
it enough that the court ruled in their favor.
Here's the thing: the court didn't rule in their favor on the copyright. They didn't say that Oculus. The only thing they ruled on was the non-disclosure agreement. So they did say that Oculus violated the non-disclosure agreement. Okay. So that's where the $500 million comes from.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. I had not heard about this.
Yeah, but Oculus has already come out. They have already come out and said they are going to file an appeal on it. Mm-hmm. And then ZeniMax has also come out and says they're going to file an injunction. Yeah, they're going to file an injunction to basically stop the sale of the Rift.
Jeez, so it's turning
because
into a big,
they're saying it's
contest.
Using the copyrighted codes or something.
That's crazy.
Whatever it is they supposedly took. So it still remains to be seen if there's going to be some kind of a hold up on the sale of the Rift.
That would be bad for the Oculus Rift.
Yeah.
If they get stuck not being able to sell units and basically waiting while they're everyone else is already out there selling on the market, that's
right now there's nothing in place until a judge basically makes them stop selling it, which may never happen. Maybe. And it's just right now they're in a legal back and forth, and nothing physically really happening. There's no money exchanging hands. They say they have to pay $500 million, but they haven't paid it yet, and who knows?
Well, it's going to be years of legal where there's a lot of filings, a lot of paperwork going back and forth, and usually what ends up happening is one company ends up settling with the other company in some way.
Basically,
money changed hands, something happened, and then everyone walks away. But it's always that kind of bolstering bit, bullying each other a little bit, trying to see which one's going to give first. That happens a lot. Well, that's interesting. I did not hear about that.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was a little confusing reading because there was a lot of, I didn't quite understand what it was. It's apparently a guy leaving ZeniMax, I think, took some stuff with him.
Yeah.
That he shouldn't have. I'm not 100%.
Maybe
I'm not
something he worked on, but
I can't.
technically because he did it for ZeniMax while working
Well, and I
at
think
ZeniMax.
ZeniMax at one point was potentially working with the Rift, and then before it got bought by Facebook and all that. So it was in this middle ground area that was a little messy. But anyway, so that was interesting.
That is interesting. I have not heard about that.
I read something about, or I read this deal about GameStop this week.
Yeah.
And which I found interesting because I worked at GameStop.
You worked at once upon a time. You were a GameStopper.
I worked at I was an employee of GameStop.
The last stop for games.
There's a trend right now at GameStop where the employees are lying to customers outright to meet quotas, basically.
What?
So if you go into a GameStop and say, "Hey, I want the new Resident Evil 7," they may go, "Oh, we don't have any new copy, but you can buy it used," and they'll sell you the used copy. When they might actually have it in stock, they're just not.
They're just trying to sell the used one,
and
which makes them more money because they make more money off the.
And the employees hate it. The employees don't like it at all. In fact, that's where all this information is coming from. They have a new system. It's called the Circle of Life, and it's been around. They've had a variation of it at GameStop for a while. In fact, I don't think it was there when I was there, but they had the system of a quota. Basically, that ranks their employees and at a store based on how much of certain things they sell.
Yeah.
So their goal is each the store to have 70% of their sales be pre-used, pre-sale items or pre-used items, and
so basically,
the cards.
That's most of their revenue is because they make a ton of money off used
because GameStop makes they don't make money off new games. They make money off resale games.
Yeah.
And you look at the markup on there, they make good money off that. And that's why all those stores do that. Game Exchange does it. Yeah. It's a buybacks. That's how they make money.
Yeah, exactly.
They buy back cheap and they sell it for more, twice as much usually. Yeah. Well, anyway, but in the past it was always that's what they did, but that was it. Well, now they're threatening to fire employees if they don't meet their quota.
Holy shit.
So if they don't get their 30% or whatever, they could be fired. Well, so it leads to employees basically going, someone comes in, they won't, and usually it's not a big deal, but when they have big launch days, when the new game, a new game comes out, they have a launch party or whatever. Yeah. Well, no one's buying a used item that day.
Yeah.
They're buying new games. They're buying the new games. So most of your revenue for that day is all that. So it's just, if you're that employee that's working that day, you're screwed. Yeah. Your percentage is bad. Yeah. Or
at least according to their
system.
Their system. Yeah.
So they have, some of them are basically resorting to lying to customers and saying, "Oh, we don't have any new copies of this game, but you can buy it used," because that's the only way they can make their quota.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't make it.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Really kind of ridiculous.
I just recently watched Glenn Ross, and it kind of makes me think of that. Salesmen and shitty jobs trying to sell stuff and doing whatever they have to get people to buy stuff.
Yeah,
they don't
need. When I worked at GameStop, there was always this push to, sell the used items. Yeah. Also try to get people to sign up for the cards, get subscriptions. At the time, they were doing subscriptions to the magazine. Stuff like that, and I didn't push it. Yeah, I would ask, and then that was it. So my numbers were terrible, but I was also a really good employee. They did, my managers loved me, so it was, I'd never an issue. Yeah, but
I imagine you would have trouble.
I would probably be fired in the current system. Yeah, because I wouldn't push it because I don't like. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not going to push items on the people that I don't think really want it. If they want it, great. If not, I'm not gonna force people to buy things.
Yeah.
Or not force them, but upsell
try to
or
persuade them.
I'd like, because me personally, I want a new copy. If I come in and ask for a new copy, I'm getting a new copy.
Exactly.
I know the cost.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of
Kind of shady.
Yeah, I don't see it lasting very long.
Yeah, especially if they're coming out about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Anyway.
Well, that was a downer.
Yeah, but I have something cool to talk about next.
Okay.
There's a fan-made Metroid game.
Another one?
A new one.
Okay.
A fan-made... It's a prequel to the original Metroid.
Oh, yeah. I did see that. And I was waiting for it to be shut down.
I grabbed it. I have it already.
Oh, yeah? You have it? I haven't gotten it.
I know it's going to get shut down in a week or so. So I downloaded it. Well, it's kind of weird because it's not like the old one where you just download a standalone game.
Yeah.
This is
that's right. This is exactly why I didn't get it, because I was like, this sounds like a pain in the ass, and I just skipped it.
It is a little bit, but it's not too bad.
Okay.
It's called Rogue Dawn, and it's a game set before the first Metroid on the NES.
Yeah. Okay.
But you have to have the original NES to play it. Not the original. You have to have the original Metroid to play it. So you have to have a ROM of Metroid, and then it's called a hack, whatever.
Yeah.
And you
probably
use another program
to
basically change the base ROM to a new game, pretty much.
Okay.
So it uses the assets and the control scheme and all that of the original game. It just changes the game.
Okay.
But I have it. I got it.
You played it? Oh, you haven't played anything, so.
I started it just to see make sure it works. Yeah. And then that was it. So I haven't really played it, but yeah, I'll probably try and check it out this week. So
okay. Well, is that a promise?
No promises. So yeah, that's cool. It's an old style NES.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Well, I may have to look into it. I mean, I thought and I forgot about it because that's what kept me from doing it. Like, it sounds like a hassle just to get it. Yeah. And I didn't want to mess with it, so I didn't. I went and played something else.
I mean, probably by the time next week, it'll probably be shut down by Nintendo.
Yeah, they've been doing that a lot lately.
Yeah. One more thing.
Okay.
It wouldn't be an episode if we don't have Pokemon in here somewhere.
Oh, okay.
It's not Pokemon Go.
We've already talked about Pokemon. We're good.
It's not Pokemon Go. It's not Pokemon
I know what
Sun
it is,
or Moon.
it's the other thing I was thinking about.
Is
it that Minecraft thing?
Yes, it's the Minecraft mod.
Well,
okay, now we've talked about a Minecraft mod that was a Pokemon in the game, but this is a single-player Pokemon game.
Yeah, it's not actually
Minecraft.
A mod; it's a map. It's like it's not a mod; it's a map. But
it is a map and a mod.
Yeah,
because it has a map of and it's called Pokemon Cobalt and I'm not going to say this word right.
Okay.
Amethyst.
Is it amethyst?
Amethyst. It's like a stone or metal, right? Amethyst.
Yeah.
Cobalt and amethyst. We're going to go with that.
Okay.
But yeah,
I don't have it in front of me, so I don't know what the word is.
It's Amethyst. And you're probably like me and spelling out a word.
I don't know.
Just can't visualize it. Anyway.
You're like, you're throwing letters. It's just letters.
It's just letters.
It's so hard for me to
I can't do that
into a word when you
people spell letters to me. I'm like, okay, sure,
okay. I'm not gonna remember any of that.
Yeah, but yes, Cobalt and Amethyst. Confidence.
I'm never gonna look it up and correct you because I just want you to keep butchering.
But anyway, it features 136 Pokemon. And a 60-hour single player.
Yeah, I saw that. That's impressive.
60 hours. It looks pretty good.
It looks pretty
I watched a little bit clip video of it. And they have all the kind of stuff of Pokemon. So, like, the menus and all is in there. But it's weird because it's, like, items in your inventory.
Yeah, okay.
So, like, you grab an item and it's, like, your select menu.
Yeah, I've seen servers, modded servers do stuff like that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I kind of like it. And
I need to check it out.
I might try it out.
I was intrigued by it. apparently the island design on it is very heavily influenced by the original Pokemon games, so I'm kind of curious to check it out.
Yeah, the world building apparently is really good in it, but it looks pretty cool, and I'd like to see kind of what the Pokemons look like in the game too.
Yeah, I looked at it; they look okay. They look kind of like what some of the other Pokemon mods did.
Yeah,
not bad.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
lots of little indie stuff popping up here and there. Yeah. Hopefully won't get shut down, but Minecraft, there's all kinds of stuff like that, so that probably won't
Minecraft's
go away,
not going anywhere. But that I bet you that Metroid one's gonna get shut down.
Yeah,
unless
probably.
They just decide to let it go, or it doesn't get as much attention or something.
Yeah. So we should just not talk about it.
We should stop talking about it. So maybe they won't shut
that
it.
Which we do not speak of. Anyway,
well, you got anything else?
That's it.
Yeah, we probably should wrap this up.
Yeah.
Please go to our website at deafandumb.com. That's DEAFNDUMB.com for the people who can make sense of letters being spelled at them.
That's not me.
Because that's not me either. I have to have it written down in front of me for me to even say it. You think it would be memory by now, but it's not.
You don't have that memorized? I did it from memory when you were sick.
Yeah, and you did a terrible job.
I did a wonderful job.
You can at the top of the page, there's links to our Twitter page or Facebook page. Like and follow us. You can subscribe to us on iTunes. You can,
download
email us. You can listen to the episodes there. Whatever, all that stuff's there. Anything you want to find, it's there. Yeah. And we'll just keep on doing this. We're almost to a year.
Yep, next week is our
next week is a year.
Episode.
We're not going to do anything special.
Probably not.
We might. I don't know.
We might. We'll discuss.
We'll play it by ear.
Which means we won't do it.
Because we're deaf.
What?
Because excuse me.
Excuse me.
As always, new episodes every Monday. So keep on listening. We're going to keep on putting them out. Thank you very much for listening. I'm Dan May.
And I'm Dudley May, and this has been Deaf and Dumb.
Deaf and Dumb.
Damn it. Damn it.